Carl was a curious boy. He loved to ask questions. One day, he found a book. It was a science book. The book was full of pictures. It had planets and stars. It had animals and plants. Carl was amazed. He turned the pages slowly. Each page was a new adventure. He learned about the Earth. He learned about the sun. He learned about the moon. Carl wanted to know more. He wanted to see these wonders for himself. The book sparked a fire in him. It was the fire of curiosity. Carl's science quest had begun. Carl's backyard became his first laboratory. He looked at the trees. He saw the leaves. He noticed their different shapes and sizes. He touched the bark. It felt rough and hard. He bent down to look at the grass. He saw tiny insects crawling. They were carrying food. They were building homes. Carl was fascinated by their tiny world. He dug into the soil. He felt the earthworms wriggling. He learned they helped the plants. They made the soil healthy. Carl realized that even small creatures played a big role. Everything in nature had a purpose. Carl was excited to uncover more secrets. He knew there was so much more to learn. His backyard was just the beginning. Carl loved flowers. He loved their bright colors. He saw red roses and yellow sunflowers. He saw purple violets and white daisies. Each flower had its own special color. Carl learned that flowers use colors to attract. They attract insects like bees and butterflies. The insects help the flowers make seeds. The seeds make new flowers. Carl also noticed the leaves changing colors. In the fall, they turned from green to yellow. They turned from orange to red. It was like a beautiful painting. Carl discovered that leaves have a pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll makes the leaves green. When the chlorophyll disappears, the other colors show. Carl was amazed by the science of colors. One day, Carl went to the forest with his family. He was excited to explore a new place. He listened to the sounds of the forest. He heard birds chirping. He heard squirrels chattering. He looked up at the tall trees. He saw sunlight filtering through the leaves. He learned that trees provide oxygen. They clean the air we breathe. Carl saw a spider web glistening in the sunlight. He watched a spider spin its web. It was a work of art. He learned that spiders are not insects. They are arachnids. The forest was alive with activity. Carl saw so many different plants and animals. He realized that everything in the forest was connected. It was a delicate balance of life. After the rain, Carl ran outside. He saw puddles of water everywhere. Taking a closer look, he noticed tiny specks moving in the water. Curiously, Carl took a drop of water and put it under his toy microscope. He was amazed by what he saw. Tiny creatures were swimming around. They were microorganisms. Carl learned that water is full of life, and even a single drop can contain a whole world. He realized that water is precious, and that we need it to survive. He also learned about evaporation, observing the puddles getting smaller as the sun heated the water, turning it into vapor and disappearing into the air. Carl loved going to the market with his parents. The market was full of colors, smells, and sounds, truly a feast for the senses. Carl saw fruits and vegetables of all shapes and sizes, like red strawberries, green spinach, and orange carrots. He learned that fruits and vegetables are important for our health, providing us with essential vitamins and minerals. Carl also saw different types of fish, including silvery salmon, white cod, and pink shrimp. He learned that seafood is a good source of protein, helping us build strong bones and muscles. To Carl, the market was a science lesson in disguise, teaching him about where our food comes from and the importance of eating a balanced diet. Carl loved to play with his toy cars. He loved to race them with his friends. One day, he noticed something interesting. He noticed that the faster he pushed his car, the farther it went. He learned about force and motion. He learned that the harder he pushed, the more force he applied. The more force, the faster the car went. He also learned about gravity. When he let go of his car, it rolled downhill. Gravity pulled the car down. He learned that gravity affects everything. Carl realized that science is everywhere. It's not just in books. It's in the way things move. It's in the way things work. Carl's parents took him to the science museum. He had been waiting for this day for weeks. The museum was like a palace of knowledge. There were exhibits about everything. He saw a giant dinosaur skeleton. He learned about fossils and extinction. He saw a model of the solar system. He learned about planets and stars. He even got to try some experiments himself. He built a circuit to light up a bulb. He made a volcano erupt with baking soda and vinegar. He learned that science is fun and interactive. The museum opened up a whole new world for Carl. It showed him the wonders of science. It inspired him to keep asking questions. It made him realize that learning never ends. Carl's science quest was just beginning. Every day was a new opportunity to learn. He looked at the world with curious eyes. He asked questions about everything. He learned about the weather. He learned about the seasons. He learned about the human body. He was like a sponge, soaking up knowledge. Carl realized that curiosity is the key to science. It's the spark that ignites the fire of discovery. It's the driving force behind every invention and innovation. He was grateful for his adventures. He was grateful for the knowledge he had gained. But most of all, he was grateful for his curiosity. Carl continued to explore the world around him. He knew that he would never stop learning. He wanted to become a scientist when he grew up. He wanted to make new discoveries. He wanted to understand the universe. He knew that the journey of science is never ending. There will always be new questions to ask. There will always be new mysteries to solve. Carl's curiosity was his compass. It guided him on his quest for knowledge. It helped him make sense of the world. It made him appreciate the beauty and wonder of science. Carl's story is a reminder to us all. Never lose your sense of wonder. Keep asking questions. Keep exploring. The world is full of amazing things waiting to be discovered.